Let's turn to an important story with a major development today because the American journalist Evan Gershkovich is to face trial in Russia on charges of espionage. The journalist was detained in the city of Yekaterinburg in March 2023 while working for the Wall Street Journal. He's been accused of working for the CIA and collecting secret information on a tank factory. The US government says he was wrongfully detained and says it is working to secure his release. Well, I've been speaking to Piotr Sauer, who's a friend of the journalist, and he gave me his reaction to today's development.
It's another dark day for journalism, for Evan and his friends. As Steve just said, Evan's trial is going to court in Yekaterinburg, but it's an absolutely sham trial. Evan is not a spy. It's ludicrous to suggest that he worked for the CIA. And every day that Evan spends in jail is a day too long. He's now been in jail for almost 15 months in a tiny, high-security prison in Moscow. So it's a ridiculous situation.
I know you write to him regularly. How is he holding up?
Yeah, we write to each other on a weekly basis through the prison system. He's keeping strong, both physically and mentally. He's trying to read as much as he can. He tries to keep up physically, by working out in a tiny cell. But, being inside a jail for 23 hours a day, he's allowed 1 hour a day to walk around a tiny court. It's tough, it's tough for anyone, even though Evan is a very strong guy and he keeps his spirits up. But, I think it's a very difficult situation.
The irony of the situation, of course, is that he loves Russia. There's family history. He came away, he returned to the country before being arrested. When did you first meet him?
So we first met at the Moscow Times. We're both starting journalists in Russia. And exactly what you said, he loved reporting on Russia. He was one of the best journalists and is one of the best journalists reporting on a country. He understood it like no one else. So it's deeply ironic that the Russian government went after him and are accusing him of spying when he was the one telling the truth about the country and really also the intricacies and the complexities of the country.
A final question then. In your communication with him, does he realise that he's a bargaining chip, a pawn? Because that makes everything much more difficult, doesn't it?
Evan is an experienced journalist, and he's covered other trials before. Let's look back at, for example, Brittany Griner, the U.S. basketball player, who was also exchanged, and Evan covered that trial. So he knows exactly what's going on, and he knows he's a bargaining chip. He knows he's an innocent man, of course. So he knows it's a difficult situation, but he and we have a lot of trust in the U.S. administration and everyone who's working on this every day. So, we hope, and, the Biden administration has promised us that they will do everything to get Evan out. So, we hope this will happen as soon as possible.